Hi there, welcome to Midweek Musings episode 17. It's so good to have you yet again on a Wednesday for our regular meeting. This week I'm really excited. We've got a few people for EBC People Profile. So we've got Alice Wu, who's the head of our interpreter team. So she's helped organise and train all our interpreters that take our messages each week and translate them and then record them in Mandarin so our friends from China can listen in their heart language about Jesus. So we're really excited to put Alice, who's someone who works almost exclusively behind the scenes, in front of you because she does such an awesome job, and I'm so grateful to God for her. So we'll bring you her. We also have Jemima Collins. So she's studying a really interesting course at uni, which she'll tell you about, but she's also one of our youth leaders. She comes to fellowship at 6 p.m. and she's great. So we're excited to have her along. This week, we've moved from sweet to savoury, and I was feeling a bit flat this week with the new COVID cases and the new restrictions starting to kind of bite a little. So needed a bit of comfort food. So I asked B if she'd teach us how to cook Char Kway Teow. Now it's a dish that comes from the food vendors of KL or the hawker centres of Singapore, and it's incredible. So watch B cook it. I've actually had a cooking lesson with her and it was fantastic. She's created a great little video, so stay tuned for that. Last of all, we have our contestant winners, and it's kind of a double winner. So Kat and Kev Lawless won both random references competition. So I made reference to assistant to the regional manager, Dwight. That's actually from the American version of The Office. So they got that. And they also got the cutaway competition, which was vision from a roundabout in Kiama. So more chocolate is coming towards them. I believe it's a Kit Kat. So more Kit Kats. They're a family with a beautiful little girl, Mia. Hi Mia. But they need as much chocolate as they can get right now. So watch out for those competitions this week. So there's a street coming at you, and it's a local street. And in terms of the random references, who knows what's going to happen. Bill Oddie, Tim Brooke Taylor, and a guy called Graham will be interested in the result of that one. But anyway, that's enough from me for now. Here's Midweek Musings.
My name is Jemima Collins, and I'm the daughter of Katrina and Craig, and I live with them and my three younger siblings, Sam, George and Eliza.
Hi everyone, my name is Alice, and I originally came from a beautiful city called Hangzhou in eastern part of China. I have been living in Sydney since 2003.
For the past month or so, I've been spending my days on uni break, which has been absolutely lovely. But normally that means I'm at uni. So in about a week or so, I head back to the second semester of my second year studying security studies, which is really interesting. Sort of like international relations, but with more of like military government focus, which I really love. Really random degree, but I'm having a blast, which is really wonderful. I also have a part-time job. I tutor high school students in both English and maths, which I really, really enjoy.
I work full-time in the student center in one of the faculties at Macquarie University, and my role is to provide support to both students and academics in my area. The university is now at 50% capacity return on campus, so I work 3 days on campus and 2 from home. This work arrangement might change over the next few weeks though, as the university is approaching to reopening in the new academic session.
My isolation hobbies were not very extensive. My uni degree went online as part of isolation, So it meant that I could do lectures and tutorials from my bedroom, but it meant that my lecturers were also not restricted to their normal 1 hour time slot. So my hobbies were watching the extra hours of my lectures. I would sometimes do some colouring in and Zoom tutorials if they got a bit boring, but I also tutored from my home, so I was at my desk a lot of the time. But I have to say my favourite hobby was either going for my walks with friends or walking to the pantry to get some snacks. So that was quite enjoyable.
Actually, I don't think I have developed any new isolation hobbies during this period. Unlike many of my friends who do a lot of cooking and bakery, and the food, the bread, the cakes they made, they look all great. I really have no talent in cooking, but I do read a lot than before the lockdown, which might be counted as my isolation hobby.
I think that what isolation has taught me about my life and God is that my life has always been very certain up until this point in time. Went through school, I jumped straight into uni, so I've sort of always known what was going to happen next. But not knowing what was going on with isolation was a really big thing. And I think that I really learnt that even though I didn't know what was going on, God was just so certain and always with me. And that if I needed encouragement, He was there. And that He's always around, even if I don't know what was going on, which was really, really comforting and something that I hadn't quite experienced up until this point in my life.
I have learned that life changes and changes can come really sudden. However, God does not change. And in Him, we have all the hopes in times of difficulties and uncertainty. We do not know or have control on what will happen tomorrow, but rely on and trust in God is what we can do.
I think that Jesus obviously makes all the difference in my life. As a uni student, I think that being a Christian really sets my life apart from a lot of the friends that I've made there. I think that it means that I just have a certainty in what I'm doing and courage to do things that are different from maybe what people expect of me. I'm not worried about the world's perceptions, even though I mess up a lot, because obviously I'm not perfect. But I think that Jesus really just gives that peace and comfort and gives me courage to share that with other people, which is really, really cool.
I used to be a very worrying type of person. I didn't know what the purpose of my life was and was uncertain about future and things around me, such as study, jobs, and family. Sometimes I could be quite pessimistic and negative. After knowing Jesus, I know that God has a plan for me and there is no need to worry about because of Him, as God always provides the best for me. God's love through Jesus softens my heart, so I do not focus only on myself, but things and people around me as well. I'm not afraid anymore, as I know where I belong to and will be in future.
I'm about to demonstrate to you how to cook Char Kway Teow. Char Kway Teow is a Hokkien phrase, literally means fried rice noodle. Apparently it originates from Guangdong, China, among the Teochew community, designed to feed the laborers. The version I'm about to demonstrate is from Penang, my hometown. What you see here is portioned. I have carefully portioned. This is one serve for cooking. The important thing of cooking Char Kway Teow is making sure the noodles are really well cooked. That is just any vegetable oil, and all I did was to make sure the pan is covered. Garlic, that's about 1 teaspoon. need high heat to cook char kway teow. The garlic is brown, the pan is hot. I'm going to add 3 prawns, but it's really up to you. Meanwhile, I can put in my dried Chinese sausages and the Thai fish cake. These chilies are really hot, so I'm just going to put a tiny bit. They are the little ones. And goes the noodles. That's a sauce, combined fish sauce, soy sauce, and ketchup mayonnaise, and sweet soy sauce. Just sprinkle some. This is a very important part, to let the noodle cook and burn, caramelize, I guess. Time for an egg. Just a pinch of salt. The final part, add in all the chives and the sprout. Do not overcook the chives and the sprout. As soon as it turns color, it's done. Your Char Kway Teow is done. Enjoy.